So I was going to one of my banks today to grab some ones to do a bill search, and they said they had some dollar coins, quarters, and half dollars. I haven't looked inside, but this looks like it could possibly just be a coin roll hunting dump. And if that's the case, it'll be a quick hunt. But I'm going to go through these really quick and just see if we have anything. Obviously, for the clad ones, I will be checking for any of the clad varieties in the coins, like the dollar coins, the clad varieties in the quarters, and of course, any DDOs and things like that on the half dollars. Hopefully we have some finds. If we do, I'll bring you in, but I just wanted to record this just in case we've got something great. Well, it could be beginner's luck, but dumped out the very first roll. I opened it from the other side, and ironically, the entire roll looks to be clad, but there was a 68-40% ender. I don't know if that's a good sign for the rest of the rolls, but it definitely is odd that we have a silver ender. And again, it wasn't on the end that I opened first. So we do have one 40%er. Now I'm a little more optimistic about these. Really odd. Let me go through these and see if there's any other goodies, and then we'll keep opening the rolls. And if I get into a couple of rolls that have silver, maybe I'll set the tripod up and open them live. Let's get to looking. I'm back again. I'm sorry, but I just put that aside and just taking a quick peek at the condition of these coins. I don't think these have been circulated very much. These coins look really uncirculated for the most part. These don't look like they've been coin roll hunted. They look fantastic. So I'm thinking maybe we have a collection dump of some sort. Maybe somebody just collected larger denomination items because they didn't bring in any pennies, dimes, or nickels. At least that's what the ladies told me. And again, these look really nice. And I'm going to check all of these for varieties, but I don't think these are heavily circulated half dollars. Let me go through them again, and I'll bring you guys back. Well, roll number 2 has silver. There is one right here. It looks like another 40%er. And it's 1967. And I'm telling you guys, these coins are very minimally circulated. And judging by the condition of these, definitely wasn't someone's collection. 140%er in the first roll, 140%er in the second roll. If we go 3 for 3, we'll start opening these up with the tripod. And then I'm excited about the quarters now if we keep finding silver. 2 rolls, 2 silvers, no varieties yet. We're on roll 4. The last 2 rolls didn't have silver, ironically, but I've got a 74D under the scope. And even though the coins are in great shape, of course the DDO, 74D DDO, is not in great shape. Unbelievable. I'll never be able to find a good one for my collection. I find them sometimes on my hunts for others, but another 74D DDO, which I have a lot of, but another one that's not in mint state condition. We'll take it though. 2 silvers and a DDO so far, almost through 4 rolls. We're on the 7th and final roll of the half dollars, and I thought it was funny that the first 2 out of 6 had silver. The next 4 did not, other than a DDO, and the last roll did produce a 2005 NIFC. But I just opened the top, and I do see a 1967 40%er in the roll. So I figured in case there's a brother or a sister coin of it, we will go ahead and try to do it one-handed. Now, the first 2 rolls that had silver only had 1, so I'm assuming this is only going to have 1 as well. Oh, and it doesn't. The irony. With the last roll is going to be the best roll, and I do see 1 silver here. 1 silver here, and we do have a 90%er, 64, and a 65, and a 65. So we got 5 silvers in the final roll. That is very interesting. But at the end of the day, we're going to now have 6 40s and a 90%er in $70 worth of halves purchased, plus a couple of side finds. And let me just quickly run through these other coins and see if we have any more varieties. I was not expecting that. We started off hot, it got ice cold, and the best roll was last. And I don't know how that worked out, but it worked out well for me. Let me go through these and I'll bring you back. Well, nothing else was in that last roll, and I'm telling you, I'm surprised about this. I did not think we'd get this much silver in those half dollars. I just like to buy it from that bank whenever they offer them for customer wraps, because even though it is a dump bank for a lot of people, I've seen people bring in coins that are coin collectors. You still never know what you might get. I was not expecting that much silver. We'll take it. Because we did so well on those, I figured I would open up the quarters live, and I may save the dollar coins for a future hunt, or I might include it in this hunt because I do have a handful of rolls that I've been saving to get a full box of dollar coins to do a coin roll hunt. We'll have to see how the quarters go and if it's an elongated hunt for those. Let me set the tripod up in case we got some more goodies. You guys know I stink at quarters, but we definitely can find silver halves. So for sake of time, I will only do a edge search on these for the video. And if I find varieties after I go back through them, then of course I'll bring it back. But let's go ahead and start cracking some quarter rolls. See if we have anything lucky or if this is just a little bit of luck on the halves and not on the quarters. I don't see anything that looks silvery, and I see a lot of beat up quarters, but there might be some varieties in here. I see a 65 there. So let me run through these and I'll bring it back with each roll if I find nothing. Well, the bad news is we found nothing as far as varieties or silver in the first roll. The good news is, and it took me about a third of the way of the roll to realize it, there were no state or territory quarters. These are all George Washington Eagle reverse quarters. Nothing, I think, past 1993 was the newest that I saw, or 94. So could be some silver in these rolls. If they're all GWs, I would imagine if they're all GWs, the law of averages would say we might find something silvery. Anyway, wanted to bring in for that first roll. Nothing doing, but let's try roll number 2 and see if it stays with the older GWs. No, that's going to be a statehood on top. And some cat hair. Beautiful. I don't see any silver edges, but I do see a 2004 Texas, and it looks like we have some newer edges there, and it looks like we might have some statehoods in this one. All right, well, it could just be one of the rolls that looks a little different. Maybe we got lucky on that first one as far as finding all GW Eaglebacks, but I'll go through these and bring it back in if we find something exciting. Nothing exciting in roll 2. Let's try roll 3. It looks like a bunch of brand new Salt River Bays. That's odd. So this might be a coin roll hunter's dump. But I will go through these and see if we have any W's. If we do, definitely not a coin roll hunter's dump. All Denver Salt River Bays in that roll. No W's. Let's try the next roll. All right, I don't see anything. I'll bring it back in if I find something. Nothing in roll 4. Moving on to quarter roll number 5. And these are looking like they have been searched and returned. And you know what? I never thought to ask if she got all of these from one customer. But either way, she said she got them all in today between the dollars, the halves, and the quarters. Could be separate customers. Maybe I'm just striking out on quarters. You never know. I'll bring it back in if I find something in this roll. The last quarter roll is here. And unless there's a variety or a W, we'll be struck out on silver. Well, quarters were a bust. I guess since we struck out on quarters, we'll go ahead and kick off into the dollar coins. Now, as an FYI, I will be hunting these off camera, and I'll be checking for my dollar coin varieties. Mainly looking if there's any Susan B. Anthony's for the 1979P wide rim, and if there's any 79 or 81S proofs to see if there's any types 1 and types 2. Obviously, I'll be checking the Sacagawea dollars for the bolded tail feathers and any good acre presentation finishes, as well as the presidential dollars for any of the missing edge lettering, shifting edge lettering, overlapping, inverted, doubled, repeated, all kinds. Those are listed right there on my mat. We'll be looking for those. If I don't find anything, I'll give you a dollar coin wrap up, but if I do, we'll bring you in as I find it. Hopefully, I see you before the end of the rolls. Well, the dollar coins were a bust. We had a handful of Susan B. Anthony's or SBA dollars and no varieties there, no proofs, nothing fancy schmancy. Figured I'd show you how I check quickly for varieties and things of that nature on the dollar coins. Once I've emptied a roll into my hand, I zoom in on it, and the first thing I'm looking for is missing edge lettering, and some of the dollar coins were minted without edge lettering, so you have to know that. but I pull out all the ones that don't have any edge lettering to start off with. Sometimes I miss it the first go around, but then we catch it when I look up close. So we have 2 here. And obviously I thought there was missing edge lettering on this one, but if I zoom back in, it does have edge lettering. So no missing edge lettering on any of these. And the one that is a 2000. And it is either going to be a Philadelphia or a Denver minted. If it's Philadelphia, obviously I'll check for the bolded tail feathers, wounded eagle, things like that, which I will check. Once I have all the ones with edge lettering, there's just cat hair in these rolls. The next thing I do is I take my loop and I look up close at all of the edge lettering to see if any are doubled, inverted, shifted, you name it. And I can quickly do that with the loop. That way I don't have to check each one individually. Once I've done that, the final step is I go through the presidential dollar coins to see if any of these are an NIFC or a proof. And the NIFCs were 2012, I believe, and more recent. So I'd be looking for the 21st president and newer, if you will. So I've done all that. I've already checked all these, so there's no reason to go back through them. And I don't keep SBAs unless they're varieties or in great shape or proofs. So these will go back to the bank. I'll be back with a wrap up. Just wanted to show you how I hunt dollar coins to make it a little quicker. So in wrap up, we struck out on quarters, we struck out on dollar coins, but we did get some silver and an NIFC and a DDO. I can't believe the good fortune I had on the half dollars. I have not scored silver half dollars in about 6 months from any of my banks other than hunting the boxes. In customer wrap rolls, we've been pretty much blanked. It's good to see a little silver, and that will go in the 2020 silver jar. Hopefully you like this different kind of video for me. Just doing some customer wrap rolls because I got some from my bank today. Figured I'd hunt them just in case we found goodies, and we did. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. Any silver found while roll hunting goes in the 2020 silver jar.